Hello there one and all. So I just got done watching the first season of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power on Netflix. So today I'm going to be giving some of my thoughts on the series so far. Now, up until recently, I had only heard of this show once or twice before and I had absolutely no idea what it was about. Then a little while ago, I saw an image from the upcoming final season on Instagram and thought, okay, this actually looks kind of interesting. So I decided to do some initial research on the show, and by that I mean I went to Wikipedia. I saw that the show had gotten a lot of critical praise during its run and that the final season was getting ready to come out on Netflix. So because of that, I thought now was as good a time as any to see what it was all about. So I watched the pilot episode on Netflix and I was immediately interested. I loved the animation style, the characters intrigued me, and the initial premise had a lot of story potential. Then after I'd finished the first 3 or 4 episodes, I was hooked and I knew I would love this show. So over the past 2 weeks, I've been watching 1 episode a day, and I'll be taking a 2-week break between seasons. I thought about trying to get caught up before season 5, but I didn't want to rush through the show too quickly. I wanted to savor it over time. What's funny is that at the time I'm recording my thoughts on season 1, everyone else is going to be watching season 5. So it's only fitting that while people are reviewing the end of the series, I will be reviewing the beginning. A few notes before we begin. While I'm mainly going to be talking about what I like about the show in general, there are times where I'll need to talk about specific episodes, so be wary of spoilers. On that note, I've only watched the first season, so please don't comment any spoilers for future seasons. So with that out of the way, let's get into why She-Ra and the Princesses of Power is wonderful. I've often found that my favorite animated shows are the ones I find myself wishing were real. Characters and world building can make or break a show when it's starting out, and thankfully She-Ra excels at both. Adora's arc in this season was great. We see her go from being a highly devoted soldier with a promising future in the Evil Horde to embracing a role as She-Ra to stop them. Seeing her learn the truth about what she used to believe in, yet discover a whole new destiny for herself, was really cool. And the fact that She-Ra is a total badass doesn't hurt either. However, Adora's new friends and her relationship with her friend turned arch-enemy Catra are the highlight of this season. Glimmer is hopeful, passionate, stubborn, caring, and eager to prove herself, and I loved seeing her and Adora go from hating each other to becoming close friends and allies. Bow often serves as the voice of reason and moral compass. He always sees the good in others, he's always there for his friends, yet he's not afraid to speak his mind when he feels it's necessary. But without a doubt, the best part of this show is the friendship turned rivalry between Adora and Catra. We see early on how strong their bond is and how well they work together, but they're also very clearly opposites. They're kind of like two sides of the same coin, with Adora having a progressing growth arc, while Catra has a continuing fall arc. I was constantly going back and forth between wanting Adora to win, to empathizing more with Catra, to wanting them to make up. I have no doubt that this will continue in future seasons. Now, as for world building, while I did say it's done well, there's part of me that can't help but feel like it was a little small in scale. I wanted to see more of this world, to understand how big it is and who controls what. Now granted, they'll probably do that in time, and I like how they choose to focus on the story and characters at hand. And when it comes to the history and backstory of this world, I actually like that they only tell us enough to understand the plot. As I said, it keeps the focus on the characters and it creates a mystery that can be expanded upon later. The story really does progress well, and it never feels like they wasted any time. The episodes do stand on their own, but everything contributes to the narrative in some way. The first 3 episodes actually feel like an hour-long pilot that established everything we need to know. The next couple episodes after that do kind of feel like filler, but I later understood that they were simply taking time to introduce all of the characters, which is great. Now from here is where I'll talk spoilers for a few episodes, so if you haven't gotten to see this show yet, you don't want it spoiled, you have been warned. Now the real turning point in the season for me was the episode Princess Prom. I saw someone on Reddit comment that it was their favorite episode of the season, so I kept an eye out for it, and yeah, it took me by surprise. The last couple episodes were good, but they had kind of just been repetitive. Our heroes try to recruit a princess, there's a problem, She-Ra helps, and yay, happy ending. Then we get to Princess Prom and everything turns around. Not only does this particular princess say no, but everything goes wrong for the characters. Adora is clearly out of her element, and all of her interactions with Catra here are amazing. There seemed to be a touch of romantic tension between the two, and obviously having that in the mix is never a good in a tense situation. We also get a chance to slow down a bit and get a closer look at how certain characters are vulnerable emotionally. Glimmer is scared of losing Bow, her only friend, because it always has been the two of them against the world, and this made for a compelling conflict between them. All of this culminates in Glimmer and Bow being captured by Catra, and when the credits rolled, I was seriously tempted to go right to the next episode. I felt that from there the stakes were raised exponentially and I was completely invested. I mean, seeing Glimmer trapped and basically tortured tortured in Shadow Weaver's prison was horrifying, and I honestly didn't know what would happen. This is how you make a good season-long storyline. Have each episode stand on its own, always be raising the stakes both physically and emotionally, and leave us wanting more. I think the episode that demonstrates this best is episode 11, Promise. The episode starts with Adora trying to find information that can save Glimmer after what Shadow Weaver did to her powers. We see how frustrated Adora is at her inability to help her friends and how she thinks she isn't strong enough. We're then treated to a She-Ra-Catra team up and get several flashbacks that show them growing up together. These scenes honestly had me feeling so many different emotions. It's heartwarming seeing more of how they were friends, but it's also tragic because you see Catra slowly reinterpret the past and believes that Adora was holding her back. The scene at the end where Catra leaves Adora to die broke my heart, and it felt from there that the story would never be the same. Adora letting go of the ledge and symbolically letting go of her attachment to Catra was an incredibly powerful moment. Now, fortunately, not everything is tragic in this season. The best finales, in my opinion, are the ones where the happy ending feels earned, and the season 1 finale delivers. I honestly thought that our heroes would lose, that the season would end on a cliffhanger, and that the story would pick up next season. While part of me does kind of wish that had happened, it was so satisfying seeing all our heroes come together and score a major victory. And I love the tease at the end of the season. Adora and Catra have each chosen and embraced their respective paths. She-Ra has Glimmer and Bow, Catra has Entrapta and Scorpia, and their conflict is only just beginning. So those are some of my thoughts on the first season of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I may be a little late to the party since season 5 is premiering at the time I record this, but better late than never, right? She-Ra is a wonderful show with great characters, vibrant animation, an engaging premise, and it always leaves me wanting more. I can't wait to check out season 2 in a few weeks, and I look forward to eventually seeing how the story ends. What's your take on She-Ra and the Princesses of Power? Do you agree with my review? What's your favorite season 1 episode? Whatever it is, feel free to share your thoughts down below. And again, please don't comment spoilers for anything that happens after season 1. If this is your first time on my channel, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Also be sure to check out my other videos, it really means a lot. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a wonderful day.